Tansei, Tanishi, Buju. I am journalist Samantha Loney with Simcoe Community Media, and I am here to give you all of your Métis news happening for the month of September. Today we're going to break down a few of the events that are happening in the Barrie South Simcoe Métis catchment area. Of course, this month has National Day for Truth and Reconciliation on September 30th, so we will be discussing how we're going to be bringing you Indigenous content at Simcoe Community Media for the month of September. But first, I wanted to lay down some back-to-school news for the Barrie South Simcoe Métis catchment area citizens. The Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council has bursaries that are available to Métis citizens living in the Barrie catchment area. These are for post-secondary students who are looking for a little extra money to help support them throughout the year. You can apply for this program until October 8th at 6 p.m. October, the bursaries will be given out as they are annually at the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council's annual general meeting. If you are a parent of school-aged children and are looking for food supports for your children throughout the school year, the M&O has a new program specifically designed for this. So if you're a parent or guardian of a school-aged children and are looking for food supports throughout the year, you're encouraged to go to the M&O's website, click on the link, and apply for this program. As we mentioned at the top of the episode, it is National Day for Truth and Reconciliation at the end of the month, and there will be plenty of events and ways you can honor your ancestors if you are living in the Barrie area. We attended the City of Barrie's flag-raising ceremony, and we would like to bring that content to you today.
Before we get going from the city's perspective, I'm going to pass over the microphone to Paulina, who's going to share some words with us today. And from there, we'll come back to the city's declaration, and then we'll have Chris come up, who's going to lead the song while we have Amelia do the flag raising with us, who's around here somewhere. So Paulina, I'll pass off the microphone to you.
Ani Bojo. My name is Paulina. I am the acting president of the Barrie Native Friendship Center. And today, we gather on lands that have been cared for, protected, and cherished by Indigenous peoples. We acknowledge and honor First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, whose footsteps echo across this vast country, reminding each of us of our shared history, a history marked not only by resilience and wisdom, but also by deep wounds enduring hope. As Indigenous people and Canadians, we stand at a crossroads, one path well-worn by silence and complicity, and another leading toward truth, reconciliation, and the promise of a more just future. Truth and reconciliation is not simply just a phrase. It is a journey, a process, and a responsibility that asks us to confront our past with honesty, humility, and openness. It requires that we bear witness to the stories of those who have been silenced and marginalized, and that we commit ourselves individually and collectively to healing the wounds of history. For generations, Indigenous peoples in Canada have faced dispossession, discrimination, and trauma. The legacy of the residential school stands as one of the darkest chapters in our nation's history, where over 150,000 Indigenous children were forcibly separated from their families, stripped of their language, cultures, and identities. The impacts of these policies have been profound, resulting in intergenerational suffering that continues to ripple through our communities today. But the truth is not contained in history books or the Truth and Reconciliation Commission reports alone. It lives in everyday experiences of Indigenous peoples, in the ongoing challenges faced in health, education, housing, and justice. It lives in the names of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, in the struggle to preserve languages and traditions, and in the yearning for dignity, equity, and respect. Reconciliation is both an aspiration and an action. It asks us to restore relationships, to build bridges, and to create spaces for Indigenous perspectives to flourish. It is not about erasing the past, but about learning from it. About understanding that healing does not mean forgetting, but instead means remembering together and moving forward with courage. Reconciliation is not the responsibility of Indigenous peoples alone. It is a shared journey, one that calls for each of us to educate ourselves, to challenge our assumptions, and to stand in solidarity. It means acknowledging privilege, confronting uncomfortable truths, and advocating for policy that reflect justice and equity. It means showing up, not just on days of recognition, but every day. Not just with words, but with deeds. It means asking, what can I do? And then acting. Whether by supporting Indigenous businesses or not-for-profits, learning about local nations and treaties, participating in cultural events, or amplifying Indigenous voices and causes. Sorry, almost done. The Barrie Native Friendship Centre stands as a pillar of community, culture, and resilience. For decades, Friendship Centres have served as the safe space for Indigenous people living in urban environments. We offer resources, supports, and opportunities to foster holistic well-being. With our continued work within the community, it is not only a testament to our dedication, but also a reflection of the broader journey towards reconciliation, empowerment, and collective healing. We encourage our community and our youth to learn about topics like truth and reconciliation so that one day they can speak out and support others who may not be able to. Our center stands as a beacon of education and unity in times of celebration and remembrance. The continued work of the Barrie Native Friendship Centre is a testament to strength and spirit of Indigenous people in urban environments. By offering comprehensive programs, advocating for systematic change, and fostering cultural pride, our center nurtures not only individuals we serve, but the entire Barrie community. As Barrie grows and evolves, the center's role as a hub of connection, support, and cultural vitality will remain essential, lighting the path forward towards reconciliation and shared prosperity for us all.
And thank you, Paulina, for sharing on behalf of the Barrie Native Friendship Centre. Obviously, in the city of Barrie, we have a number of things going on. We have the treaties that we need to respect, we need to ensure are followed through on and are fairly dealt with, but we also have those who come to Barrie and might not be from one of those First Nations. And the Barrie Native Friendship Centre is an incredible institution in our community. It allows all people to be able to come together. And as we look at our city and we look at what we can do better in the future, one of the things that City Council's working on with our First Nation community here, with our Indigenous community, is to ensure that we actually get space set aside to be able to bring ceremonies together, a gathering place, and many of you probably know, but we're in the process of having that place be right in front of and beside the Allendale train station, which is already obviously a place of significance. So that's one of the very small things that we're doing to try to ensure that folks have both the respect, the story told, the history told, and the opportunity to come together as a community inside of a much broader Barrie community. Before I read the proclamation, I do want to recognize that we have Councillor Corser here from Ward 4, we have Councillor Harris here from Ward 8, we have Councillor Negussi here from Ward 6. So only even numbers here, but I know representing all of Council here today. And I'm going to read the proclamation, and we'll have our provincial folks come up together, and then our federal folks come up together as well before we do the flag raising. So So whereas the City of Barrie acknowledges and recognizes that we are located on the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe people, which include the Odawa, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. And whereas the City of Barrie is committed to fostering a culture of inclusivity, respect, and understanding among all our residents. Whereas September 30th has been designated as the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation to honor the survivors of residential schools, their families and communities, and to remember those who did not return home. Whereas it is essential for all residents of the City of Barrie to reflect on our shared history and to commit to the process of truth, healing, and reconciliation. Whereas recognizing the truths of our past is a critical step towards building a more just, equitable, and compassionate future for all residents of Barrie. Therefore, I, Alex Nuttall, Mayor of the City of Barrie, do hereby proclaim September 30th, 2025 to be the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation in the City of Barrie, and in fact, this entire month as well. Before I pass it over, I just want to echo something that Paulina said. If healing is to take place, it doesn't mean forgetting the past. It means recognizing it, talking about it, and never allowing it to fade into an abyss. If we forget our history, we are bound to repeat it. I think that's something we've heard many, many, many times. And so, yes, this is a day, this is a flag raising, this is a month. The work that's being done in schools to educate, to bring forth these issues are paramount. And certainly, I hope we can be part of that through the awareness brought through today's event. So I'm going to pass it over to my provincial colleagues first, and then we'll bring in the federal after that.
So we're representing the two provincial Member of Parliament offices in the City of Barrie, and I do have a certificate here, and David does as well, so I'll just read it. That on behalf of the Government of Ontario, it is my honour to commemorate National Truth and Reconciliation Day, as well as the flag raising and the month that precedes it, this September 3rd, 2025. As a Member of Provincial Parliament, it is a privilege to recognize National Truth and Reconciliation. It is imperative that we continue to show our support in that every child matters and honour those who have been impacted by residential schools. Thank you to the Barrie Native Friendship Centre for your continued commitment to reflect and honour the history and legacy of the residential school system. It is a day to remember the resilience and strength of survivors as well as the children who never came home. Sincerely, Doug Downey, MPP for Barrie, Springwater, or Medonte.
This role for MPP Canton reads, as your Member of Provincial Parliament for the riding of Barrie Innisfil, it is my privilege to join you all today on September 3rd on behalf of the Province of Ontario to recognize the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. September is a month to reflect and honor the children who never return home and the survivors of residential schools as well as their families and communities. I commend the Barrie Native Friendship Centre and the Barrie Area Native Advisory Circle for not only bringing people together for reflection today, but also for their dedication and hard work each day in supporting Indigenous people in Barrie. Sincerely, Andrea Kanjan, MPP of Barrie Innisfil.
Hi there, my name is Kelly, and I'm here on behalf of MP Shipley. He sends his regrets for not being able to attend today, but he asked that I read the scroll on his behalf. As a Member of Parliament for Barrie, Springwater, or Medonte, I am pleased to join the Barrie Native Friendship Centre for their flag raising to commemorate National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Today we gather ahead of the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. September 30th is a day to honor the children who never returned home, survivors, their families, and their communities. Thank you to the Barrie Native Friendship Centre for the opportunity to gather as a community today and reflect on our shared path to truth and reconciliation. Sincerely, MP Doug Shipley.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Jane. I'm from MP John Broussard's office, and I am honored to be here with the Barrie Native Friendship Centre to recognize today as well. In recognition, as the Member of Parliament for Barrie South Innisfil, I would like to recognize the flag raising for National Day of Truth and Reconciliation and the entire month up until September 30th, 2025. Today we participate in raising the flag to commemorate and bring awareness of the painful history of residential school system. May we reflect and honor the children who never returned home and survivors of residential schools, as well as their families in our communities. MP John Broussard, Member of Parliament for Barrie South Innisfil.
Before we continue, I would like to introduce Lynn Manag Sauvé, the president of the Barrie Area Native Advisory Circle, and Mamawewi Dodwin. Lynn.
Miigwech, Sam. It's great to have you back at the Friendship Center. We've missed you. Good afternoon. On behalf of Mamawewi Dodwin and the Barrie Area Native Advisory Circle, board and staff, miigwech for joining us this afternoon to witness the flag raising. This orange flag represents residential school survivors and memorializes the children who never returned home. Raising the flag every year in September to lead us into Orange Shirt Day is a reminder for all Canadians to remember this history and commitment to reconciliation and to acknowledge the historical and ongoing injustices faced by Indigenous peoples. It represents a public and visible commitment to work towards healing relationships with Indigenous communities and to take concrete steps in line with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's calls to action. And I just want to thank Mayor Nuttall for always being here with us and for his continued support with the flag raising every year. Miigwech.
I have to confess, Lynn, it's twice today I've now faulted you, so I apologize for forgetting to bring you up as well. I apologize. I think at this moment it's probably the appropriate time to move into the flag raising, and so Chris, I'm going to hand it over to you for song, and if you want to let me know when the raising should commence. And Amelia is right there. Would you like to come help over here? Amazing. Okay, Amelia's going to come and help, and so Chris, if you want to, I'll hand it over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see so many folks out to come and join in this ceremony. Today I'm going to sing the Eagle Honor Song to honor all those that have been affected by residential schools. So this song says, I hear the eagle. So when we hear the eagle, we look for that being up in the sky. The second verse says, I see the eagle. There he is. And the last verse is, I carry the eagle. So I challenge you. I challenge you not for just this month, but for now until the end. That I want you to hear those stories. Hear the truth about what happened. And then I want you to see the action of everyone around you as they go for that term reconciliation. We want to make that reconciliation. Okay? So this is what that song says. Megazé guinondois, megazé guinondois, 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 megazé guinondois. Hey, hey, oh.
That was the heaviest flag that I've raised. The more the wind hits it, the heavier the flag becomes, right? And I only share that because it just struck me as Chris was sharing song with us. It's a heavy flag, right? There's a lot of hundreds of years of things to take a break and think about, talk about, and figure out. And I'll leave with that. It's a very heavy flag. Thanks, everyone.
Of course, this flag raising was only a small way to participate in truth and reconciliation. We are proud to announce that the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council will be a part of Doors Open Barrie, which is on September 27th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This event is open to all citizens. You don't have to be Métis or even Indigenous to come to this Doors Open event. This is a way for citizens of the city of Barrie to come in and meet the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council, and we even have a M&O staff member from the Healthy Babies program from Métis citizens about the services and programs that the M&O's Healthy Baby program provides. There will also be local Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council citizens vending at this event, showing off their culture and art for the community. We encourage you to check out their work and to purchase some of the items that are available. This event is part of the City of Barrie's broader Doors Open Barrie event. So after you stop by the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council, so make sure to grab a map of all the other participants in this event. You'll be able to go to many cultural and heritage locations in the City of Barrie who will finally have their doors open to citizens to come in and learn about the history of this city. And of course, Truth and Reconciliation Day is September 30th, and there will be many ways in which you can participate in Indigenous events across the city. The Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council will be holding their annual Truth and Reconciliation Vigil at the Barrie office from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And during the day, you're encouraged to go down to the City of Barrie's waterfront to check out the events that are being held by the Barrie Native Friendship Center, starting with a sunrise ceremony. These events are, of course, open to all citizens and people who live in the Barrie area. It is not only important for Indigenous peoples to lead these events and talk about truth and reconciliation, but it is also important for non-Indigenous people to participate and listen and learn. If we want true reconciliation, we're going to need everybody's involvement in that task. So for Truth and Reconciliation Day and throughout the month of September, we encourage you to go visit and learn about your local Indigenous communities. Another way you can learn about Indigenous peoples in your area is visiting the McLaren Art Center's Indigenous exhibit. The McLaren Art Center is free for all to go in and enjoy the art and exhibit, and this month until mid-October, they have curated with the Barrie Native Friendship Center some incredible Indigenous art to display. So we encourage you to check that out all month long. Again, the McLaren Art Center is a free space for community members to go and look at beautiful art. And as we know, for Indigenous people, art is who we are. It's everything to our culture. And so if you want to learn more about the Indigenous peoples in this area and Indigenous communities across Turtle Island. Go and witness some of this beautiful art that's on display at the McLaren Art Center. Merci for watching, and we'll see you down the river.
Hey.